Hello once again, this is the Eradicator, and welcome to this channel. Now today it's not going to be a gameplay video, it's more of a rant video. Actually, I'm just waiting for 3.4.2 to be released because the current patch is not really that playable. I mean it is, but there are so many game-breaking bugs that I just rather do rant videos because they're fun. Anyway, so today I wanted to talk about whales, and not just all time. I'm not talking about the good whales who are still, with us, who are still back in the project, and they're basically keeping discreet, which is what they should do, because when you are spending tens of thousands of dollars in a video game, well, it's kind of ridiculous. So you probably don't want to be screaming it out loud. But there are some of these whales, especially some unhappy whales, some disgruntled whales, who have made their coming out, so to speak. Especially, there's one particular whale you can find on YouTube who actually made a web series. It's basically so far a 6 videos rant against Chris Roberts. Now this whale, which I am not going to name here in this channel because I actually totally disapprove most of what he's saying, and I also disapprove his actions of ranting against Chris Roberts. It's basically these 6 videos are direct attack against Chris Roberts. Some of these attacks are founded, some of them are questionable, and he even says in his videos that some of the things that he's saying are just suppositions and there are no facts. But once you plant the seeds of doubts into the minds of people, then evil is done. So that's why I disapprove this what he's doing. Anyway, but he's not alone. There are other people who have been, other whales who have been spending tens of thousands of dollars. I'm thinking about FTR, Fair to Report, who used to be like that. I remember last year, every time there was a video about Star Citizen from FTR, it was basically a lot of F words and S words and lots of direct attacks against Chris and his wife Sandy, and he was not always being very rational. Now I have to admit that he calmed down and seems to have gotten a bit more mature and takes a more balanced approach, which I sometimes appreciate. And you can see I'm actually a subscriber of his channel. But yeah, there are some people out there who spend, I'm a concierge. I'll be honest with you, I spend $1,200 on the project, and I think I am crazy. But there are some people out there who spend 10 times, 20 times, 30 times, 40 times that amount. And well, you want to support a project, that's great, but my point is that I'm really sick of these disgruntled whales who just feel entitled to things they're not. And here is why I believe that they're entitled to nothing but the right to play and give their feedback. So here we go, guys. My number one point is that when you back the game, no matter which amount, you can be a regular $45 backer with the starter Aurora package, or you can be this crazy guy who backs for $45,000. You are not an investor. Seriously, some of these, this guy who makes this series, he even said he thinks he's an investor. No, you're not an investor. You don't own any parts of CIG. What you are entitled to are, some perks. Thank you. You want to spend so much money? Well, thank you. You can show, CIG can show their gratitude to you. That's what they're going to show. That's all. Perhaps you're going to get better customer support. And in this guy's videos, we can see that he had, several emails, several contacts with Sandy Gardner. You don't have it. It's not. If I send a message to CIG, the vice president of marketing is not going to send me a reply. You get access to the game, no matter how much you pledge. As long as you got a game package, it can be the completionist package or the Aurora package. You get access to the game, and no saying. You don't have to. I'm sorry. Yeah, we can write on the forum, say we're not happy. We can So we can make videos out there on YouTube saying it should be this or that, but in the end, we don't have any saying in terms of, you know, in the creative process, in management. That's not up to us. It's up to CIG and how they manage their own company. It's up to Chris, how he bosses people around. That's his saying. That's not our saying. So my point is that the money we're giving gives us access to the game. And anything, and all you need to spend is $45. Anything above that money is basically a donation. And when you donate money, that money is gone. That is not an investment. That money is gone. You donate it for a cause you believe is right. Sometimes, you know, it can happen. You know, you may donate money for some kind of organization. Let's say you donate money for to PETA, for example, or Doctors with No Borders, or whatever it's called, or any kind of NGO. And maybe one day they'll fuck up. Maybe one day they'll do things that you don't like to. Maybe one day you will see that they're helping the migrants in the Mediterranean Sea, and you're European. You don't want these people in your country. You're not going to ask your money back. It's gone. It's a donation. And that's why you are called a backer. So yeah, you are a customer. You buy the game, but everything you're giving above is donation. It supports the funding of the game. So you want to ask for a refund, and you say you're so displeased with how your money was spent, and you said that, you know, you want your money back, and that you are an investor. You should have no. You should have known better. You should have known better. You should have been smarter with your money before giving tens of thousands of dollars. Now, number two, who are you? Well, some of these people who spend and they are, you know, these whales who spend tens of thousands of dollars. Who are these guys? Now, there's just the regular guy, like you and I. You know, we don't have so much money. We know we're just you know, at best maybe we're not millionaires. We're thousandaires. See, I just made up that word, thousandaires. You can do a hashtag thousandaire on Twitter if you guys want. So we're thousandaires. We just have, you know, we're just worth a couple of $1,000s, and that's about it. So if you're a thousandaire, you're just worth a couple of $1,000. You're spending $10,000, $20,000, $30,000. Where's that money from? Is it from your savings, or did you actually borrow money to spend that money? If you are one of these guys out there, I'm sorry, but you're crazy. Who does that? I mean, it's a bloody video games, man. It's a video games. Why would you spend so much money on a video game? Yeah, it's the dream. Yeah, that's the game we've always wanted to have. It's the best damn space sim ever. Yeah, sure. But it's a game. CIG doesn't need you to spend tens of thousands of dollars. You know, $45 is enough. You want to spend $100, $200? Okay, great. You want to spend $1,000? You want to be a concierge? Awesome, but you don't have to. And you want to spend $10,000? It's your call. But then, don't be pissed if you really have, you know, expectations are way too high compared to the reality. It's your fault. And so, if you are one of these people, you are either, you know, a regular guy who borrowed money, or who used their saving money and invested, which is, by the way, not an investment, invested so much money in Star Citizen. You're crazy. You're crazy. You should have nothing. You should have no say. So I don't want to even talk to you. I don't want to even know you exist. Bye. Get out of here. Now, there's the other part. There's the other category of people who might be involved, and these are millionaires. And yeah, guys, that's reality. There are some people out there who have money because they either work really hard, and then they deserve that money. And if you are one of these guys, congratulations. I mean, respect. I know, I really understand how hard it is, and you have all my respect for that. Or you can be an heir, and you can be spending your parents' money or your family's money. And if that's the case, well, that's good for you. You are very lucky. But yeah, so millionaires, that is Because I believe that these guys, you know, who are spending so much money, especially that guy who made these videos, he said, "Oh, I'm a professional investor. I joined Capital Ventures, blah blah blah." Okay, maybe he's a millionaire. So we'll be talking to millionaires here, which is going to be my point number 3. When you are a thousandaire, I know it's not a word, but I'll say it anyway. When you are a thousandaire, what is $45? $45 is, it's not really that much of a big deal, but it's still a noticeable expense. Here, for example, I live in Far East Asia. $45 is the equivalent of 1 week worth of groceries. With $45, I can bring home enough food for my family for a week. That's what it is. It's important. My family relies on me to bring food home. So $45, but you know, can I spend $45 every day? Of course I won't. I don't have that money. Can I spend $45 a week? Yeah, sure. Why not? So it's money that is noticeable. It can be a big deal if, you know, the end of the month is a little bit tight, but still, it's just $45. Now, imagine you are a millionaire. A millionaire is 1,000 times 1,000. So if you're a millionaire, you are around 1,000 times richer than me. So that means that, you know, if I calculate $45 times 1,000, that is $45,000. That means that for you out there, $45,000 is the equivalent as $45 for me in terms of purchasing power, in terms of disposable income. That means that for you who are bitching about your 45,000 so-called investment in Star Citizen, you are bitching about the equivalent of $45 of donation. Who the hell are you? What kind of person are you? You should just let it go. You're not happy. Well, at worst, you are going to get the game in. Yeah, sure, it's going to be delayed. No, you want it now. You want your game now, right? Huh? Well, I'm sorry, you are not entitled to nothing. It's not because you're a millionaire that you are entitled to CIG doing whatever you want. It's not because you're a millionaire that you can give $45,000 and that you deserve to be part in the managerial team of CIG. No, when you met these people, CIG gave you a favor. They made you a favor. You were not entitled to that. Basically, if you are a whale and you give that amount of money, you are the same as us. You are a backer. You may be a huge fan, but you are a backer. You are not an investor. You are not part of CIG. So just shut the hell up and sit back and watch the game being built, which is what's happening. If you're not happy, yeah, you can talk on the forum. You can give suggestions. You can say you wish it would be like this, but you don't bitch around, you know, on the internet. You don't make a series of videos that are personal attacks against Chris Roberts. That's not right, and it's not making you look good. Now, sure, is everything perfect at CIG? Of course, no. Is Chris a good manager? Is Chris a good manager? Hell no. I mean, is there nepotism at CIG? Well, we've seen that. Yeah. Has there been people who should never have been given these jobs at CIG? Of course. Is it strange that Chris's wife is one of the top executives at CIG? Oh yeah, it is. Is it strange that Chris hired all of his gang at the beginning of the project? Yeah, it is. But I can go on. Is it annoying that Chris likes, you know, feature creep and likes to add more and more, and then it's hard to say no to Chris, and Chris wouldn't take no to an answer, and that you have to do everything Chris says? Yeah, it is. But guys, you have to do your homework. We all know that's how Chris is. Chris is a diva. We've been knowing that since the days of Freelancer, and even before. Apparently, there's been, you know, video footage of other people who worked for Chris during the Wing Commander series, and they were already saying he was a diva. We all know that. So you should have done your homework, guys. If you're one of these guys who spent thousands of dollars and you are pissed because of the state of the project, you should have known it better. Chris is a diva. He's going to do this game. That's the game. Star Citizen is the game he wants to do. That Star Citizen is the game he's always dreamed of doing. This, space Star Wars-esque, game that mixes, action and being part of a movie character at the same time. This is his ultimate vision. We are giving him the means to do this masterpiece. Star Citizen, you have to compare Star Citizen as a masterpiece. A masterpiece doesn't take a few years to make. Some masterpieces took several hundred years to make. You can look at, for example, let's look at the Cathedral of Barcelona, which was constructed over a century ago. It's still not finished. Some people, and this thing was crowdfunded too. This thing was crowdfunded over 100 years ago. It's still not finished. It's a masterpiece. You are contributing to the future of the video game industry. Sure, I mean, we all want to be selfish. We all want to think, we all want to play that game. We all want to see the game finished. But let's face the reality, guys. This game is being built from scratch. When we backed the game, I'm a long time backer. I started backing the game in 2012. Sure, I was led to believe there was already something, and it took me a while to realize there was actually nothing. It's Derek Smart who opened my eyes and made me realize that, oh yeah, actually we've been not lied, but deceived a little bit. Yeah, sure. But this, in my opinion, this was a necessary evil. We needed these funds. We needed all of that support to create that vision, to create, these engines, these technologies. Guys, the game is going to happen. And you can see, especially, these new technologies are being implemented, like OCS. It is taking shape. It's slow. It takes time. But what we're already playing now is so much better than what it was a year ago. And it's going to keep on getting better and better and better. And then Squadron 42 will come eventually. Sure, it's not going to come. It wasn't released in 2014 nor in 2016. It is going to be released eventually. And when it is, all of that fuss, all of these, scandals, it's all going to be behind us because it's going to be amazing, guys. And I'm not a cultist. I'm not a, when I need to call out CIG, I do, and you can watch some of my videos. Sometimes I'm a bit harsh with them. So don't call me a cultist, but I really believe that when this game is out, it's going to be amazing. It needs to take time. It needs patience. It needs us to be forgiving too. But it will come. This was the Eradicator, and I'm signing out.